Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it's time for my lifter Michelle's vlog. And this is her third vlog of the week. This is our last two workouts. For the unaware, we have gone over from powerlifting. She will compete in powerlifting again. We are preparing for bikini and physique competitions. So we train 6 days a week. Yes, I'm aware it's a lot. No, I don't prescribe that for any other clients. Again, as we say many times, her lifestyle is different. She lives like a pro athlete. Has been a professional athlete, so we train accordingly. So in this case, this is her third upper and her third lower of the week. So this is where we do more of our highest rep work. Most of our stuff is 10 to 15 reps on this day. There's a lot more dumbbells, machine, cables, isolations, and on the rest of the week. Again, we start the week off with almost power building, like power bodybuilding, and then we go into almost just pure bodybuilding training towards the end of the week, and almost to the point of just conditioning work. Because quite frankly, she's already probably stimulated maximum muscle growth the first 4 days. At a certain point, we're just adding finishing touches, refinement, burning through more calories, getting her EPOC, energy turnover, everything up. So we start off with incline dumbbell presses. Again, noting that we work all the angles of her chest. Chest is kind of a priority because for her chest had detrained in the short time she was away from Team Blaha. Now that we are back, again, keeping in mind I coached her for over 2 years straight. Had her ready for powerlifting, and now again we are getting ready for physique stuff. So we start off with that, then we go to lat pull downs. She's around the 12 to 15 rep range for the lat pull downs, pretty much done to failure. Notice on those, we get a full extension at the top. We are trying to make sure we get that lengthened position, and then it's controlled. Notice I have her stop at the chin. We don't try to swing all the way down. Completely unnecessary for lats. Anything lower than that, if your scapula are no longer squeezing together, you are not working lats anymore. You are working other muscles. We are using those as a finisher for the week for her lats. All right, then we go over to cable flies. Okay, notice again, we do all the other angles through the week. At the end of the week for chest, though, we're just doing incline dumbbells and we do flies. The flies are basically our only real shortened position exercise for the chest. Again, that's where we isolate it. This is where we finish it off. Same thing here. This is not really the same finisher for her lats. We do these incline at a 45 degree. All right, this is to make sure that we finish off her upper back. Notice that I have her roll the shoulders forward, turn those pinkies out. This is the form I want. Our goal here is to finish out all of that separation in the upper back. Again, I'm trying to stretch the traps, right? We want the traps and everything to stretch here. We want the rhomboids and everything to stretch, and I'm trying to develop that last bit of development and separation up there, right? We finish the middle back off with the lat pull downs. That is to finish off her upper back. Again, it's for posterior delts. Rhomboids, traps, again, trying to get that last bit of squeeze and separation there. All right, afterwards, when we do our lateral raises with dumbbells, obviously we do other stuff for shoulders earlier in the week. We tend to do more upright rows, more overhead pressing. We get to this point in the week and we want to mostly isolate the delts, upper traps. So that's the point of that. And of course, we'll finish up with some rear delts in here as well. And yeah, we're close to 20 sets of muscle group per week for her. We're right in that range. You know, up around when everything is calculated, anywhere from 15 to 20 sets a week. Again, very, very high volume. Again, our reps are as low as 6 on the big barbell movements, and we go as high as 15s on some of the isolation cable machine work. All right, up next we do incline curls. Again, a stretch position movement. Again, one of the better finishers we can do. I personally like these a lot. They've helped me with my own biceps as someone with lagging biceps. Again, stretch position exercise. Very old school movement that golden era and silver era bodybuilders used back in the day, known for getting that deep stretch. So this is a lengthened position exercise. And we do want to make sure for maximum development, I don't ever buy into that idea, only lengthened position, only shortened position. These are things that have come and gone in phases for the past 10 to 12 years in the evidence-based world. Historically, a lot of the best bodybuilders realize you probably need all these positions. Okay, you need all of them. Here, another lengthened position exercise. Our purpose here, we need to bring up the long head of her triceps. From powerlifting, she built really strong lateral heads of her tricep. Notice her JM presses were ludicrously strong. She did more closer grip benching due to some old shoulder issues that we rebuilt and worked around, right? I spent a long time building those areas up for her to where she could bench slightly wider without pain, to where she could incline bench without pain, right? We built all these areas up, worked around scar tissue, built it up. But again, her lateral delts are strong. That long head has to come up. We need it to make it pop, right? It's what we need for that finishing touch. And then we finish up with rear delt flies. Most of this stuff was PRs, by the way, today. She has been getting stronger and stronger and stronger in spite of dieting, in spite of the fact you can see her getting leaner. Her waistline is smaller. She's dieting. She's doing over an hour of cardio a day too. She's tracking everything very, very strictly. Again, we're still setting PRs. We have her dialed in, just like, again, we got 3 sets of 12 on the pull-ups earlier this week. All right. Last leg day of the week, her hack squat was broke. We went to pendulum squats. Our goal here, get as deep as possible. We need to bring up her lower quads, right? We need to bring all of that up. That is stretch position. So we want as much stretch position or lengthened position on the quads as we can get, which means you want a complete bend of the knee. Okay, at this point, that is where we get the most mechanical tension there. Even if it's at the expense of weight, we'll take it because we need to maximize that area. That's got to come up. We need that teardrop shape rather than too much of a carrot shape. Again, rectus femoris versus VMO and so forth. Again, we have to develop that, and we get that with deep squatting positions. That's what we need. All right, afterwards for her next movement, we do a hip thrust on a machine. Yes, that is 8 plates. That's where she's at on this. Again, maximizing glute development. This is, again, we come over to lengthened position versus shortened positions. All right, maximizing glutes, just like we talked about the other stuff for the pecs. All right, shortened position exercise. So much so that a lot of people argue that it's useless. This was in vogue 10 years ago. It was all the rage. Now people argue it's useless. I don't think that it's useless. I've seen plenty of people get results. I think as a supplemental lift to squat position movements that put you into that lengthened position, this works actually quite well. It also does help with quads. Look at the mechanics of it for the quads. Okay, it is still a quad exercise to some extent. Maybe not as much as a leg press or a squat. It absolutely uses them, but it is glutes, very much a shortened or contracted position exercise. All right, same thing over here. Leg presses with a single leg. What's the idea? What do we want? We want to finish off that area. So we do some single leg isolateral work. Have her do split squats in the middle of the week. On this day, we go over to a single leg press. Same idea, balance development. I want to make sure we're finishing everything off with a similar amount of work on both sides. For most people, I wouldn't care. It wouldn't normally be a big deal. She wants a pro card, right? She needs to be on a stage getting a pro card. This is kind of the exception to the rule. Someone in her situation. All right, calves. As you guys know, her and I are having a friendly contest for her to get to 400 for 10. By the time I get to 500 for 10, we are neck and neck. All right, neck and neck. So here she is getting 345. So I have to pass this coming week, okay, by 100 pounds to stay ahead. Notice when she turns around, that smile. She's like, yeah, I'm winning this one. She's not going to win it. I'm winning. All right. So then we finish up our last few lifts of the week. We have leg curls. Again, 12 to 15 rep range to failure, right? We have our leg curls here. Then we finish up with a seated calf raise, which you guys will see next. Notice we do a standing and a seated calf raise all 3 leg days for 3 sets of each, putting us at 18 sets of isolation for calves. Yes, it's a lot. Would I normally prescribe that to people? God, no. In her case, yes. Again, context dependent for the need of your lifter, their goals, their recovery, their training experience, their lifestyle. Okay, seated calf raises, and then she finishes up with an absurdly difficult leg exercise, which you guys will see at an end. She does hanging leg raises holding on with one arm. I can't do that. So that's what we need to say about that. So we'll see that up at the end. I'll let you guys see that, watch it at the end, and we're going to wind this down. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.